Today, I want to show you how you can create custom logic for the external sales and use tax calculation in SAP S/4HANA Cloud. Key users can implement custom logic using enhancement implementations called business add-ins or bodies using the extensibility tools in SAP S/4HANA Cloud. Using these extensibility tools, you can include fields that you need considered during tax calculation. Let's start on our SAP Fiori Launchpad. I select the Custom Fields and Logic tile, then select the Custom Logic tab. This brings me to the Enhancement Implementation screen, where I can select the plus sign to add a new body. I enter the business context. Here, it's tax calculation. I select the body that I want to create, and then I enter the required descriptions. I can then select the Body Documentation tab to read more about the body that I am implementing. So now that I've had the chance to read the documentation for the body, I'll go ahead and create one. I select the plus sign to add a new body and select the pre-processing body. In my case here, I can use the pre-processing body to pass the customer account value to the account number. That allows me to use the customer account later in the Change Fields body. I could also do the same with the vendor account, and in either case, I'll also have to pass the tax position corresponding to the account that I've chosen to pass. Using this enhancement implementation, I can pass populated fields to the import parameters of the Change Fields body, which I can in turn use to change and pass the fields that I want considered during the external tax calculation. The Change Fields enhancement, which I've already set up, allows me to use the material number in the enhancement's input parameters to derive the material class, and then to pass the material class to the product code in the enhancement's export parameters. Once I do this, I can be sure that it will be considered during the external tax calculation. So, back to my enhancement. I enter the draft logic using the code editor, and then save my draft. To test my custom logic, I select one of the available fields and define input parameters as test data. There. Now that I've defined the test data, I can select Test. I see that the logic has been tested, so now I can check to verify that the logic is functioning correctly. And yes, it is. It's functioning as I want, so now I can publish my custom logic. The code is now active, and the system will run the code at the predefined point in the calculation process. And of course, I can change my code later by selecting it from the custom logic list and editing. We all know that taxes are complicated, but making sure that your external tax calculation solution is running properly doesn't have to be. And these enhancement implementations are one way that SAP helps you run simple.